Hello, I'm the Chip Master, and this is another episode of Wacky Fantasy Tactics. In this episode we're actually going to go through Oran Monastery, and it's going to be a re-record actually, because what happened is that the footage got corrupted, if you do not know by now, which I'm sure most of you do. And I have to re-record it. And because it's a re-record and it's not blind, which I'm going to find arguably a lot less interesting than I did before, I'm just going to do my best to explain how these battles actually stack up in comparison to vanilla as a first-time player going through the game, and how it works as a teaching tool. Very nice mind break. I'm just not using Asura for the damage, trust me. But that being said, let's get it go up before it actually even has a chance to do anything, isn't it? Demi 2, actually it's way late. That is like super late. I don't even know what the fuck you're doing. God. Steel Heart. Let's try to get that fine gentleman right here. With that being said, I think this battle works as a really well teaching tool, even in vanilla, where what happened in vanilla is that up to this point you don't even know what the fuck Lancers are, mind you. And this battle is used as a teaching tool to try and show what these new class, or this new class really is in comparison. And they're Knight plus, if the use of lack of a better term here. Even though Knights have their own advantages, very limited advantages, they still are their own unique class. However, Lancers here are faster, harder hitting versions of those classes, and it's quite apparent from the get-go that what kind of danger you are in when they come rushing forward at your party and poking them for over triple damage. At neutral compat-ish, somewhere around there, you know. Either way, it shows an interesting involvement of what enemies are becoming at this point. Don't move is such a fucking gay move, because it just hits all the fucking time. Not that I'm going to necessarily complain more than I usually do, but it's going to kill both of my units, I'm sure. Oh, quite nice. Quite nice indeed. I'm happy about that one. Wow, me happy. That is a nice. I'm happy about that one, actually. I cannot lie. That one was 10-10, Magic Man, critical dance moves. Alright, I wish I could remember. I always forget where they're about to jump. But either way, it should not matter too much. This battle's quite frankly in the hand by this point. Oh, that is a dead mage if I've seen one. I don't think she even has close to that much health. Thankfully our Charmed Time Mage here should make things a wee bit easier. Ah, yes. Another proc. Thankfully we're getting really lucky with these procs, and I cannot wish for more than that. Die, monster, you don't belong in this world! With that being said, in this battle it shows an interesting combination of how Lancers, even in vanilla and here as well, how Lancers and buffs can work really well together, because even though these guys lack teleport in the original, they still are able to get a few haste off on the Chemist here, which inadvertently buffs the Lancers up here because of sandbagging and how the AI is mentally retarded 9 out of 10 times. But it's still quite flustering to a new player. The only other thing of note on this battle I find besides teleport on the Time Mages is that... What is he doing? He's charmed. Don't... The AI is quite weird, especially when it's charmed. Quite weird. Can I get anything off quite quickly? Well, I mean, Rams is going to be able to kill that Lancer no matter what. So, I suppose not all is bad. Die, monster. With that being said, we are doing no damage for these, but that's not the point of them at this point. The only reason I have Asura on Ramsa is to proc dead, and as you can tell, it's been working quite well in my favor. That being said, I think things are about to go sour if I'm not careful. Very careful, mind you. Normally, just a well-balanced team like the one I have at the moment will usually defeat this team, inevitably, but riskier setups are punished by solid teams like this, and it's not going to matter too much. You are a dick. I don't care. It's gonna be over if it hits. Yes. If it doesn't hit, oh well. I'll still lightning stab him and it's still gonna be over. Well, not quite, but he can't heal himself anymore, so... Well, it did not even counter magic. Of course, he only has 40 brave. Yeah, so before we end this is the only other thing of interest. This cameo by a fellow on the IRC. He is counter magic equipped shield Aegis Elf Manhole, which means that he basically dodges everything. He also has high faith in wrestling enough, which allows self buffs like haste to actually hit him a little bit easier. So when he counters them, it double applies the effort. I wonder if the AI realizes that. Of course, I don't think the AI actually checks for reactions in any of the tactics games. Yeah, they don't. Oh well. Next battle. Next battle. This loot is an interesting take on the Lancer concept that you're just introduced to from a first-time perspective standpoint. What happens is that you take this concept of a jumper, a Lancer or a Dragoon, and he just comes down and he wrecks you, right? Islute takes this to the extreme, actually, because he's a much quicker, much more painful class to deal with. LFT seems to do nothing but boost this. He is still quite painful in this pass, despite being a little bit easier to wreck, mind you. Not super easy, but he's still able to be rushed and taken down with moderate ease. Not that I'm going to actually do so in this fight, I believe. I'm going to take a nice cautious approach to try and explain the mechanics of this fight a little bit more. Now, Wiggraf, I'm going to fucking kill Wiggraf turn 1, because fuck that shit. Holy Sword skill fucking bullshit, motherfucker. Okay, joking aside, but Wiggraf is quite annoying, put it lightly. Quite annoying. And the less I have to deal with Wiggraf, the better. Ooh, Lucky Charm. Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious, gentlemen. Oh, and no don't act, but he does get a boost in magic attack, and that is not going to be very swell for our party at all. Our team is a little bit quicker this time around, giving us a much needed advantage over Islute's party. It's going to be quite a battle of speed, I feel like, instead of a normal jump upon a rushing Islute like you normally would. There are subtle changes in this fight too that actually add into the dangerousness of this fight, and how dangerous this fight can truly be. For example, that motherfucker over there who just cast something on us that's going to kill my wizard is going to be quite annoying to deal with. And him having haste is about 3 times more dangerous, even though it does not affect jumps. That's not good. It is not good at all, especially because we do not have very much to res with in our party. Mind you, we still can solve this issue, dead. It's just going to be quite annoying to do so. A lot of this fight is going to be the same as before, just trying to deal with the biggest threats on the field at a good pace. I don't know who that hit, but oh, of course. Let's get her up because she is about to go. Oh, I actually hit the... It's amusing. I find it very amusing what the AI does sometimes to prevent its units from getting charmed. It's gonna hit her. Wish I could have a way... I don't even think there's Zuna. Let's see, when does Agrius go? Poor Ramsa, so do or die now. That's going to hit for a hell of a lot more, so I suppose just I'll risk Donak, which didn't apply, so I can't really complain. We are stuck in a loop where our mage is in possibly the worst CT possible, and it really shows. It really shows just how much of deep shit she's in right now. This is going to take a miracle to reset it, which I think I can provide if we get a quick off without any too much praying, I should say. Ah, Islute, you're jumping. Jumping is bad. Jumping is not good for your health. Ah. Quick goes off and misses, like always. Mind you, this is essential for any LFT playthrough. Or Final Fantasy Tactics playthrough, I should say. Quick, when you need it the most, will always fail. And ow. Just endless amounts of ow. We're going to try to spam as much healing as humanly possible between our party, but it's going to be very difficult to keep up a good, consistent rate. At least I feel like. Especially with him being supercharged, mind you. Anyway. I don't think we'll be able to actually kill him, especially when he has MP Restore, the deadliest of all skills. What is a Steel Heart? Well, at least I tried. Not that it's good ever, but... No Petrify proc either. No Retribution, which is quite a shame. I should have just went for the OKO, mind you. Huh. Now that knight over there would be very annoying. Very, very annoying. However, I still think I can do enough damage to take care of this twat. Actually, will I be able to actually lightning stab? Maybe this would be enough? Ooh, quite enough. More than enough, even. And sleep is not something you wish to get stuck upon. Ah yes, I should have saw that one coming. Sadly, I think Wish will go... Islud is going to go off no matter what, so I think he'll target actually. Oh, he'll actually go for him. I'm happy with this result. Mind you, it's not the best one because he's going about the speed of light over there with haste on, but... it's not good. It is not good. Wait, no, that was Nelson. I thought that said something else. I saw Gatewalker. Oh, I remember Gatewalker. He's this knight with Elemental. Ah, I know about him. I remember him now. Aye, and the more you know. Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. She is dead no matter what I do unless I get this Petrify proc. Nope. Moving back before he dies. Actually, now that the field has been cleared up a little bit, I feel like I can actually do some damage. Mind you, not a lot of damage, but enough to start causing some pain. Let's see, where will that go off? On these two panels, yes. Aye. Now, hopefully this has not broken yet. Yes, we're still doing good in that regard. And now it breaks. It should not matter if we get to the next round, though. Hey, no sleep though, which is good. Ow. So much haste. So much haste. It's not even fair. Especially when no one in my party actually knows any decent way to heat or res. Or my FIFA is about to suffer because of that. Lightning stab. Crush punch. Split punch. Oh, don't move. Quite delectable. Agris is too slow to go anywhere as well, so I might as well actually just go over here. And Lightning and Holy Explosion Islud for the start of the damage we're going to have to actually start doing on him for a victory here. Can I get a raise off in a reasonable fashion? Gatewalker's going to go, but I do not feel like he'll be able to actually OKO me. And we're going to start actually beating on the Islud. Or try to anyway. I feel like this will actually do more damage. Well, not really. Raise is it's way too late for it actually be of any hope, but now that he's actually done the starting blow, it's going to be odd to see who he actually goes for to actually kill. I feel like he'll still go for the mage though. Quite painful indeed. Holy Explosion, do a little bit of damage. And magic raise on our friend here. Blah 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 blah. I do not care about the plot this playthrough. Islud is dangerous, and he always has been. With haste, he's just 4 times as dangerous as he's ever been before, and it's quite noticeable. Ah, our evasion is failing us. I need to get over there ASAP. And res before she dies, which very likely possibility because my luck is horrendous. And I mean utterly horrendous. Sadly, I think I might have taken too long, which is why this is failing so horribly. Critical quick. Not that I'm actually going to change my battle plan any. I'm just getting the fuck out of here. Raise kickoff. Oh, Very nice. Very nice. Ah. Thankfully, getting the hell out of here is my next goal. High potion. I would try to steal from Islud, mind you, but the issue with that is that innate maintenance is not something you can really do anything with. Another 65. One more hit should do it. If I can actually do anything, which I can't. Pro stone, maybe? Ah, quite well. Quite well. Worked wonders. Now, mind you, she doesn't die. She did. I'm actually gonna have to yell at myself here. I can't even yell at myself. I'm gonna wait, actually. Let Islud come for me. Gold shield was destroyed. However, I feel like I am in a situation where if I Asura knife, it should do enough damage to send him into critical, and we win by the skin of our balls. And as you see, Islud can get stupidly dangerous. Very, very stupidly dangerous. Focus him. Focus him. This leads us to the final part of Orbomb, where we meet up with the penultimate foe of the area, also known as Wiggy 2, and holy shit, it's that guy, and he knows Stasis Sword and Lightning Stab and Holy Explosion or whatever the fuck, and it really hurts. Of course, I don't think he actually can get Holy Explosion. No, he can't. It's only Lightning Stab, I think, at most, and even then, I don't think he comes in with a nice time. Most of the time, it's still, holy shit, he stopped half of my team in the single turn because the AoE placement is shit at the beginning of the battle. Oh, we lost so much of that last fight. That's okay, though. This is going to be a kill setup, and I have no other words for it besides that. We are going to kill this son of a bitch as fast as possible. Anything else or more would be me lying to you. I'm going to run in with the same team. Actually, we're going to do things a little different. We're actually going to bring Boko, the red chocobo, along, even though he's not really a red chocobo, but fuck you. I don't care about your opinion and feelings. So, hopefully this won't be too much of a bother. I am expecting this to actually miss, because my luck is horrendous. Even if it does miss, though, I do feel like I can pull this together. I'm praying it doesn't miss. Underground book storage first floor. Interesting map. Sadly, no one ever plays on it longer than 30 seconds if they have the right mind. Now, the biggest difference I noticed in this battle is actually the Geomancers replacing Knights, and there's a Dancer there. And I don't know what's with the AI, but the Dancer does not dance. It just simply exists, mind you. That is his extensive purpose. Choco Meteor. Very nice spell. We're going to actually wait for the hell to come through. Aye. That's part of the problem there. That's going to hurt. Alright, and this is going to kill our... Oh, it did not actually kill our Chocobo. I am very proud of you, Chocobo. Live on forever in the hearts of man. Fight for great peace. Stuff like that, you know, shit, I don't give a fuck. And it sure is going to go on for 64 damage. Thankfully, it broke, because I'm cool like that. Go for the Holy Explosion for 70. Ramsa's Vert is in such a unique position where it won't matter too much. And one turn Flare for 186 damage and 75% chance, which I'm expecting to miss. No. And, wow. X going to give it to you. I did not extensively want to try this battle out, especially after Islud. But yeah. Note to self, when you realize you haven't save stated or saved and you really don't want to redo this again, you kind of just rush the final battle. Not that I save state at all during battle, but you guys know that. I only save state so I don't have to reload from the front screen. I keep repeating myself because I'm just glad this is over and I can finally fucking move on. Because this has been the doom cloud over the side of my head for the last 2 weeks. This cutscene's actually kind of cool. I actually like this cutscene a lot more here. I am Velus, the devil. What kind of fucking line is that? And then you see this motherfucker pop up, and he's like, oh, fuck. You just realize how terrifying the Zodiac Beast, because Wiggy is, well, terrifying. He is a fucking fat guy with a stomach or a mouth in his stomach. Velus is a forearm, I'm gonna fucking cast Clops on you, and you're not gonna like it, motherfucker kind of guy. So Orbon in a whole, I feel like, is an improvement over the original, but I suppose that's LFT in general, trying to be an improvement. But I find that it either matches or successfully passes it. Fuck you, Islu. Fuck you, Islu. With that, this is the Chipmaster signing out, and big bucks, no whammies, no corrupt footage, please. Flux, pressing the button now.